name is James Gear, and I was a ship fitter pipe third classman. The Philippines were, I liked the Philippines. There was an R&R island called, I think it was called Grande Island, that we had Liberty boats that would run us over there. You could golf. The greens were, sand, I believe. But, you could water ski. There was some old forts that were there from previous war, there was an enlistment club there too. So you didn't even have to go into town. I enjoyed it out there. You could do snorkeling, swimming. I'm a great swimmer, so it was right up my alley. Oh, we might have got, we sailed probably to Hong Kong for some R&R. Hong Kong was like nothing I really expected. It was like, all these big high-story buildings like New York would have, and people would come up with their boats alongside of us, and they would try and side stuff, over the side. But yeah, back then I remember buying a suit, tailor-made suit while I was in Hong Kong, but it didn't fit me very long. But I don't know what I was going to do with the suit, but I did buy one. It was a fun time. I think we were there maybe 3 days. So, and then we went on from there to Taiwan, in Kaohsiung. Kaohsiung was my favorite port. Our ship always anchored in bay. When we anchored, ships would pull alongside of us. We were a destroyer, mainly a destroyer repair ship, and they would tie up alongside of us on both sides. And it could be 4 or 5 on one side and a couple on the other side, and they'd have a piece of pipe. Almost everything pipe-wise is flanged on both ends, so they would bring it aboard the ship. We would build a target, and the pipe would be bolted to each target, so that when we build a new one, the targets were, they're welded down to the floor usually. And we'd have cross braces where all the bends were. We'd build a new one, and we'd make it bolted up to the targets so that it would be the exact copy of what had to be replaced. And we had a pipe bending machine that we learned how to bend the pipe. Most of our pipe was steel, and then we did do copper pipe too. If we couldn't get a new flange to put on the pipe, we'd take the old flange, we'd machine it down and resurface it so it could be used again, and we'd weld it back onto that new piece of pipe. And we hardly ever had any time where we built something where it went back to the ship where it didn't fit properly. So it made it nice. And so that was a good learning experience for me, being a pipe bender. Kaohsiung itself, there was no naval base there, so when you got off the Liberty boat, you were on the pier to the main street of town. And there was an enlistment's club right down there that you could go down and have a steak, and they'd have beer and things like that too. And in fact, I remember going to a movie while I was there, a Chinese theater, that a lady that I had met that was Chinese that took me to it, and it was in English. It was Good, Bad, and Ugly, I think, and all the captions at the bottom were in Chinese, so they knew what was going on. And I thought, this is really strange. I was probably the only sailor in there. So, the good members. They were very nice. They really were very kind. They had a lot of respect for us. We were there to help them, and to this day, I think we're still their friends, and hopefully we'll continue that. Have nothing but respect for them.